For the first time in 3 years, Anime Expo is back, and hot damn am I excited for it. Here are some things that you can look forward to if you're making your way over to the big event this weekend. If you're going to Anime Expo, I assume that you are a big fan of actually watching anime, and if that's the case, Crunchyroll has got you covered because I'm pretty sure pretty much every day except for Monday, I think, they're holding a simulcast event where they'll showcase the newest anime coming to the streaming service over the summer. The specifics about what exactly they're going to show are pretty light, but according to the event description, you'll be the first to see the newest anime series before it hits the streaming airwaves. Check out the hottest titles coming to Crunchyroll this summer. Each premiere panel has a different lineup of shows, so be sure to check them all out. Over the course of Anime Expo, they're also going to be premiering a ton of other stuff. On the first day, on Friday the 1st, they're going to be showing off some new OVAs from My Hero Academia. They're also going to be showing a special episode of Dr. Stone, and alongside that, they'll be sharing some new news, some upcoming things to look forward to if you're a Dr. Stone fan. They'll be showing the premiere of episode 4 of RWBY Ice Queendom. Now, fun fact, I actually went to the same high school as the English voice actress for Blake Belladonna. She was like 2 years or 3 years above me, I can't remember. There's no way that she remembers me now, but hey, that's all right. Me, personally, I'm super excited for Trigger's 10-year celebration. Trigger, for those of you who don't know, is a studio founded after the creators finished up Gurren Lagann, and they went on to, of course, create Kill la Kill, Promare. With this panel in particular, they're probably going to talk about the history of the studio, kind of what happened in the past 10 years, some funny stories coming from that. It says in the event description as well that they're going to share what they've been working on and what fans have to look forward to in the future. And then they're just going to straight up show the first episode of the Cyberpunk 2077 anime that they have coming out on Netflix in the fall. Now, I am super hyped for the show, and I know Cyberpunk 2077, or just Cyberpunk, it's the game that spawned a million memes, of course, because when it launched, it was super buggy and people were making fun of it, but it's actually a fun and pretty interesting game now that they fixed it up, now that they have the next-gen patch going on. The trailer that they dropped for this a few weeks back, and they also dropped another clip for it not too long ago, it looks awesome. It looks like Promare visually in terms of the colors and the character designs, but it also looks pretty gory and violent. Now, of course, Netflix, they have like no limits in terms of like what violence can be shown. These streaming services, they put on whatever gory, shocking thing that they can. So I'm excited to see what they got cooked up for this. And these aren't exactly premieres, but we're also going to get a ton of information on these huge upcoming anime. If you're one of the brave few that watched all 1 million episodes of One Piece, for example, including me, guys, don't come after me in the comments, they're going to have a whole panel dedicated to the upcoming One Piece film, Red. Now, I still have some questions about this movie because the marketing of it implies that it's going to be a full-on like musical, which that's something I just haven't seen before, a full-on shonen anime musical, I guess. So yeah, I still have my questions about it. We'll see how it plays out when it's actually released. They're also going to have a panel dedicated to season 3 of Mob Psycho 100, and I just know that's going to be packed. I know a lot of people are looking forward to that 3rd season. And of course, we can't forget they're going to have a whole panel dedicated to celebrating Bleach and its triumphant return, the animation of the 1,000-year Blood War arc. Like I said before, this is being billed as a Bleach celebration panel, so they're encouraging people to come in their Bleach cosplays. They're going to be playing games, they'll unveil special announcements, of course, and they're going to have special guests there. Michelle Ruff, the English voice actor for Rukia, is going to be in attendance as well. Now, Rukia, iconic, of course, and her English voice actress, Michelle, she does a great job. I had a huge crush on Rukia growing up. I had a crush on pretty much every Bleach female that was introduced in that show, let's be real. Next up, let's talk about voice acting. So on my other channel, Xbox Ready, I've mentioned a few times that I do voiceover work, nothing crazy, a lot of local commercials, corporate narration, some explainer videos, but it's been my dream for the past couple of years to be a voice actor for English dubs and anime. Now on my other channel, people sometimes in the comments, they'll be like, oh Ray, that's so cool. How can I get into voice acting? How can I start my voiceover journey? So if you're like me and you want to eventually do voice acting for anime, English dubbing, then again, Anime Expo has you covered. They have a number of voice acting workshops geared specifically specifically towards English dubbing and ADR. On Friday, there's a workshop called Behind the Scenes of English Dubbing, and if you look at the description, it seems more geared towards the engineering and the technical side of bringing these dubs to life versus the voice acting, but I highly recommend that you still go because these guys on the other side of the booth, they have a lot of knowledge and can impart a lot of wisdom to aspiring voice actors. And of course, if you're interested in an art form, it is to your benefit to learn about all aspects of the art form, not just the stuff that you think is cool. On Sunday, July 3rd, they're going to be having actual voice acting specific panels, starting with the Bang Zoom panel. This is a panel hosted by the CEO and casting director of Bang Zoom Entertainment. If you don't know who those guys are, they do a lot of really famous English dubs. It also says that special guests may appear at this panel, so maybe some of your favorite English voice actors for anime may be showing up, I don't know. Now, I've taken a few virtual classes through Bang Zoom. They call it Adventures in Voice Acting, and they're really solid, they're great to work with. And Strawberry Studios Online, aka the Samurais of Sound, are also holding a workshop for anime voice acting and video game voice acting. And I think that's very cool because yes, while it is all technically voice-over voice acting, a lot of the same skills that you develop for one aspect of voiceover will transfer over to the other parts. Yes, but there are some key differences in acting for anime and doing ADR and dubbing and acting for video games that I think are important for people to familiarize themselves with. As a disclaimer though, from going to these types of workshops and panels in the past, they tend to be geared towards intro level knowledge. So if you've never taken a voice acting class before and you've been sort of interested in doing it, these are for you. I mean, typically they only have like not even an hour to do these panels, so there's only so much that they can do. So if you're out there and you've been taking voiceover classes, you've been coaching with someone, this may not be what you're looking for, but it could serve as a good refresher, and it may be a good opportunity for you to talk to some of the panelists if they stick around or if you can catch them after the panel is done. Next up, let's talk about cosplay. Of course, if you go to a convention, there are going to be people cosplaying as their favorite characters. On Sunday, the US World Cosplay Summit is going to be making a triumphant return to the main stage. Yes, that is right. It has not happened, this event, since the last time Anime Expo was going up, or was supposed to come up back in 2020, which was canceled for obvious reasons. This is a ticketed event for anyone who's wondering. Just a small disclaimer there, you will have to pay in order to watch the World Cosplay Summit on top of what you already paid for your badge. I'm personally super excited for this because I have a couple of friends that are going to be competing, so I'm super excited to see them take the stage and see how they do. The winners of this contest, they will basically be representing Team USA when they go over and have the World Cosplay Summit in Japan. Overall, I'm super excited to see everyone's outfits. I know that there's conflicting opinions about cosplay, and some people think it's like, oh, that's cringe. Other people are like, yeah, that's awesome. I personally think it's awesome, and the creativity and the ingenuity of people really shines through at these conventions. I'm like, whoa, your costume? That's amazing. I could never do something like that. But also, as a reminder, guys, please be respectful of people in costume. If you want to take a picture of them, don't be weird, don't be touchy-feely, especially in these times when people are a little bit more guarded physically, I would say. In conclusion, that's what I'm personally looking forward to this weekend at Anime Expo. If you have something that you're interested in, make sure you let me know down in the comments. I'd love to talk about it. And for anyone who ends up watching this, for like the 10, 15 people who see this and are going to Anime Expo, if you see me, talk to me, man. I want to meet more people. I want to talk to other people with similar interests as mine, so I don't have to annoy my wife talking her ear off about gaming, anime, and all this sort of nerd geeky stuff.